What is up, guys? Today I'm going to be doing a bad business map tier list as a follow-up to my weapons tier list. A couple of you guys commented you wanted to see a map tier list, so I thought why not do it. We just got a new map last week with cargo, and we have just about everything here. Even some of the old maps you can't play anymore, like Old Tides and where is it? Old Brazil. Or wait, do they have it here? Oh yeah, Old Brazil. We'll just start with Arena, I guess. Arena is easy S tier in my opinion. Probably my top 3 maps would be like Arena, Area 51, definitely S tier also, and Rocket Facility. I'd say these are my 3 favorite maps. I know Rocket Facility is kind of unpopular. I don't know why a lot of people don't like it though. I really enjoy playing Rocket Facility, especially King of the Hill. And King of the Hill is like all I've been playing recently. It's my favorite game mode now, so I really enjoy all these 3 maps. They're all really fun to play. I like how simple they are. You get good FPS on them. They're symmetrical and they just feel balanced to play on. So next we'll start with Brazil. Brazil is weird. It has an awkward layout, to be honest. It feels weird when you're pushing from the Windows side, and the other side just feels way better to control. Especially on King of the Hill, it's weird because people just sit on high ground and spam mollies, and it just feels bad to play into. But it's not a terrible map overall. I think there's way worse maps, so we'll just slap it in B tier. Next we have Cairo, or Cairo, excuse me. This map wouldn't be terrible if the skybox wasn't so awkward. I feel like it's so hard to see people when they're on the roofs, like sniping and stuff. And there's a lot of high ground. It's a lot of vertical gameplay on Cairo, and it's just you're always looking up if you're on the bottom. And I'm just not a fan of it, to be honest. So I'll put it in C tier. Next, Chernobyl. I actually like Chernobyl, although it is probably the worst optimized map in the game. I get terrible FPS on it every time I play it, especially while I'm streaming. But I do think it's better than Brazil. I think it's actually pretty fun. And you can slide on top of the reactors, which is pretty fun to do, and get on some skyboxes and stuff. Can't do that in a lot of maps these days, so that's fun to do. Next is Courtyards. I also like Courtyards a good bit. I didn't really like it as much when it came out, but the map's really grown on me, and I'm a pretty big fan of it. I'd say it's probably on the same level as Chernobyl, just about. And next is Factory. Factory is weird. It's like, I don't know. I feel like it's similar to Brazil. There's so much going on. It's so hard to chase people sometimes because they can literally turn like a million corners and just run away from you. And it's really only playable King of the Hill in my opinion. So everyone actually goes to one grouped up area and fights. But if it's not King of the Hill, I just don't find the map enjoyable at all. So we'll just slap it right next to Brazil. Legacy Brazil is it's even worse than Brazil. There's no cover besides like a few scattered boxes on the map. It's really one-sided, and it's just not fun to play on in my opinion. Legacy Canal is pretty fun if you're not in a tryhard lobby, or else it'll just turn into a camp fest. But if you're just in a pub lobby, Legacy Canal is actually pretty fun, along with Runoff. I'll just slap them here. They're both basically the same. There's not really a difference besides color scheme, and that's literally it. And they added grass, I guess, on one side with like the leaves and stuff you can prone in. But they're basically the same, basically interchangeable. And I think they're actually pretty fun in pub matches, so I'll slap them in A. Legacy Chernobyl I think is also pretty good. I wish it wasn't just solid gray everywhere though, because it really gets boring to play on when you're just looking at gray the whole time. And that kind of sucks for the map because I think it's actually pretty good. But I'm still going to put it A tier, even though I do have some complaints about it. Area 51 Revamp. I'm not really a fan of this map, to be honest. It just feels really bad to play on, especially around the big saucer in the middle. But it's not as bad as these maps, in my opinion, so we'll just put it in B tier. I don't really have much to say about that map. Soviet Square is not a good map. I don't enjoy playing it at all. It's weird. That's literally all I have to say about it. It's just so weird. It's just not a fun map. So I'll put in C tier. Storage is tied with Tides 2.0 for being the worst map in the game. So we'll just put these down here. These maps are literally horrible. I hate both of these maps. I don't know, something about the way they play is just so bad. You don't even want to play them ever. Every time I see tides or storage, I just contemplate leaving the lobby, to be honest. They're just such bad maps. I don't know what it is specifically about them. They just don't play good. And yeah, that's a D tier. Actually, is there any more I'll slap in D tier? I'll slap Mayday in D tier until they change the hill. Once the hill is not in the plane, then it'll be like C tier, maybe even B tier. It's actually pretty fun, but definitely not a fan of the hill being in the plane because it really aids the push. Trainwreck is a map I actually really enjoy. I'll put this one in S tier. This will be the last S tier map. A lot of people don't like Trainwreck also for some reason, but I'm a huge fan of it, especially King of the Hill. I love playing Trainwreck. It's really fun to spawn kill on. And everything about the map I like. I don't have a single complaint about Trainwreck, to be honest. Besides maybe someone like sniping super far back, because there's some pretty long angles you can snipe from. Waterways is also a pretty good map. I'm going to slap this one A tier. Not really any complaints about this, but it's just a solid map. It really is. The water is kind of annoying if people are proning in it and stuff. And I don't know, there's a good mix of close angles and long angles. The hill's fun to push, fun to play. And definitely just an A tier map. Convoy, I didn't like Convoy at all when it released, but it's been growing on me a little bit, and I think it's B tier. I think it has some work that could be done to it, but I think it's a pretty solid map. The hill just feels weird because there's no cover on it, so whoever captures it first can kind of just camp and use utility or snipe back everyone who's pushing it, and it's really hard to cap if you're playing an even game. So that's kind of the one complaint I have about it. Cargo isn't actually that bad. The hill's a little bit weird. This map's really fun to spawn kill on. Like, you can spawn trap people for like 5 minutes straight before spawns will swap. It's kind of crazy. But the layout's kind of weird, so I'll just put it C tier. It's not that bad. It's just kind of weird. I feel like I say that for every map. But last map, Old Brazil. I actually really liked Old Brazil. There was a lot of glitches you could do to get on top of the map and stuff. It was pretty fun. Had decent spawns. But I think it's probably just the same as New Brazil. Actually, it's probably slightly better. I'll put it just above it in the top of B tier. And that's it for the tier list, boys. Here it is. Let me know if you agree in the comments. Let me know if you disagree. Someone commented on my last tier list video that I was brain dead, so let me know if I'm brain dead. And if you liked the video, make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.